Is it a cast form? Oh, so everyone takes cast form? Guys, what if I just get my encounter and then take the life orb off? That's some BS. Man. Guys, have you considered what if I just do whatever the fuck I want, right? It sounds nice to just do that. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. I'll get my encounter and then I'll take cast form too. I'll get 2 encounters. I'll get 2 encounters. Follow the made up rules that no one enforces. People enforce it more than you think. They get real angry.
Ja, ne? Dann hole ich mir schon mal hier das.
Gehört, du hast.
Hello, everyone. Winner of this one gonna be moving into the grand finals to face off against the workshop. It is No Tears Just Dreams versus Jamek Cleave. Zico, based on these two teams and what we know they're capable of, the comps that they play, is there a favorite in this series?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I don't really know how this matchup is going to play, but I feel like the Jamek Cleave have kind of been stepping it up. No Tears, Just Dreams. I feel like they just came from that crushing defeat in the upper bracket. So for them, it's very important. You can't be tilted. You got to just lock in for the next series and just, you know, put that behind you. So yeah, I think it's going to be a close fight either way, but I think if No Tears, Just Dreams lock in the Priest, it could be a little bit sketchy for them against the Warrior Feral.
Yeah, certainly could. You know, we were talking about it before we went off, Zico. You weren't with us. Jamek Cleave, they'd had quite a run. How have they done compared to what your expectations were for this team?
I mean, they're a very experienced team, but Kitty Cleave as a comp, I didn't think it was going to do as well as it has been doing. For sure, they've had a nice run through that lower bracket, beating everything in their way. So far, so good. Have had some really close games, but especially that last series as well. But I think when you kind of overcome those games, it kind of gives you a big confidence boost as well when you move forward. So this could just be the beginning. They still have some games left for today, and they're going to really need to make it count here in the lower bracket finals.
Yeah, they certainly are. They got a couple. There's a lot of really difficult teams left here in the pool for the running of the EU champion for Cataclysm Classic. It's the lower finals here. No Tears, Just Dreams versus Jamek Cleave, game number 1.
Ooh, I'm excited to see how this one does play out. I feel like I'm going to favor Jamek Cleave in this one. Just having, you know, a Paladin in these Cleave mirror matchups, I think might give them an edge. Oh, it looks like we are going to be seeing double Paladin here. So Jamusa coming in on the Paladin as well. Asmo. Now I feel like this gets really, really interesting because No Tears, Just Dreams, they're going to have a lot of crowd control available for this Paladin. Scatter, Trap, Monkey Blind, you know, Strangulate coming in from Love Numb. So I think both these Paladins are going to have to do a really good job rotating through their sacrifices, making sure they're landing sacrifices on crowd control, because things can unravel really quickly in a matchup like this.
I wonder who the target is going to be. I wonder if they might actually go after the Paladin, at least on the side of the Jamek Cleave, but they're going to go after the DK here, actually, taking a lot of damage already. And there's a full fear on sniping and Jamusa. Full silencing shot, but a beautiful trinket on that fear. And look at Lubnum already struggling here, spamming out the death strikes. He's got the Lichborn here. He got the Roar of Sacrifice as well. And they're going to immediately swap over to the Paladin and get the bubble. And this is what I was afraid of. If you lock in the Paladin against the Kitty Cleave, you're definitely going to be tested. And look at Lubnum here. If they just get an instant Cyclone onto Jamusa, it's over already. The Jamek Cleave might have just won in the opener here.
Oh, there's the throwdown. Are they just going to swap and go all in? Are they going to find the Cyclone? Lovenum is rotting down. There's the pounce. Do they have the Cyclone? They need to find it. Jamusa landing huge heals, topping himself off. And Lovenum, but they are still not out of it yet. He gets silenced. Jamusa's just going to go down. Are you kidding me? Jemekli from start to finish in the driver's seat of this one. Aju just doing an insane amount of damage on that warrior. And they will claim the Grand.
Yeah, that was definitely just pure brutality. The Jemekli came in, they had a plan, they got a fantastic opener onto the Death King, and they're able to kind of swap back and forth between the Paladin and the DK, and just grab a very, very convincing game number one here. We're going to see it. The Asmo actually sacrifices the scatter trap there from sniping, so he doesn't get trapped, he doesn't get crowd controlled, he can keep his team 100% HP, can keep them offensive, and they even cyclone the gargoyle right there just to shut down some of that damage that the gargoyle is capable of. Then here comes the swap to the paladin, they get the throwdown, they get the big dam on to Jamusa. He's got no cooldowns left, he manages to get around the corner, they get a cyclone onto sniping, and basically the entire time it's just somebody or something, in the case of the gargoyle, getting cycloned out of the game. They managed to land a gag order silence right there into the charge stun.
Oh,
and,
no.
yeah, you can't really do too much there if you are the side of No Tears, Just Dreams. I feel like they need to get a way better opener than this. Like, they need to get CC onto Asmo as soon as possible. They can't get caught up in those double fears early. Adu did a great job there with the double fear that forced the Hunter's Trinket, because as soon as you trinket that fear, you're just going to get full cyclone. They don't share diminishing returns in Cataclysm, so very, very effective strategy there.
I'm afraid those all-ins are deadly. And the thing is, the intimidating shout for the warrior in a lot of matchups is not great, right? Like, you fight Discipline Priest, he's likely going to have Fear Ward. You fight any Shaman team, he's just going to tremor out of it. But in a matchup like this, it gives you a lot of control of the match. Starting off with that fear, you got Hammer of Justice out of that. He managed to actually pre-sacrifice the Hammer of Justice, but they just swap to him with the additional damage. Then they get the Divine Shield. I mean, it's just, if you're not crowd controlled, you're just outright dead. So we do need to see Sniping, Jamusa, and Lovenum try to get a little bit more control of this match, but Aju is just ripping in. This warrior is looking absolutely deadly in these games. I'm curious to see if they can do it. Like, that was a very convincing win to me. Like, I would not be surprised after that game one if this was a 3-0.
Time elapsed 59 seconds. Basically took longer to prep the game and get the gates open. So that is convincing is definitely a good word to use to describe that game number one. And now we're locking in Ruins of Lordaeron, which is a pretty good map, I would say, for both sides. It's honestly, the last game was 1 minute, sub 1 minute even on Negrand. I think this game is going to be maybe even faster because there is no line of sight here. There is no kind of playing defensive, funny business going on. This is just going to be a pure damage train. And I really wonder, for No Tears, Just Dreams, what are their options? Because last game, the Feral Druid, he just got to do way too much. He got way too many procs. He got to play the game a little bit too much. So what are you going to do about that? Are you going to go after the healer, crowd control the Feral Druid? Are you going to go after the Feral Druid, crowd control the healer? Are you going to try to just cross CC them and go after the warrior? We have options, but they're going to need to figure out a very clear-cut strategy, because these games, these two compositions, very, very offensive comps. So when you have those paladins, the game is not going to be lasting forever.
Yeah, warrior looking kind of fun here. We got 14 seconds before these gates do open. It's going to be Ruins of Lordaeron. This is Cleave Central. This is the Hunter's like, but this is also what the Kitty Cleave like. So a very interesting map choice, because it was No Tears Just Dream that did pick it. But I feel like Jemekli, they're going to be more than happy to do battle here on Ruins of Lordaeron. See where these teams do decide to open. Lovenum's going to be moving forward, getting the Chains of Ice, but he gets pounced up right away. Adu, can he land the Fear? Jamusa is actually going to land the first Hammer of Justice. Are they going to make a swap? Adu leaps back, trying to eat the trap. Unfortunately, was he able to? It looks like he did. The trap did not land. This is the rapid fire. Full Hammer of Justice lands on Jamusa. They're after Lovenum, putting out a lot of pressure once again. Is he going to be able to survive? Anti-Magic Shell comes in. He's almost in execute range. Shattering throw. They're going after Jamusa, making a swap. There's the throwdown. He's in trouble, Zico.
Yeah, big damage here onto Jamusa, but he's kiting well. They got a full trap onto Asmo. He's going to trinket out. There's the wings. Big word of glory coming out here. He's got the unused trinket as well. Big healing coming out from Jamusa, but also big damage coming out from Razel. Does he get fake casted on the kick? Not yet. He's holding on to it for now. Holy Shot comes out. Big heals as well. Meanwhile, Adio is taking a lot of damage there. Lubnum is going to trinket out of the Cyclone. There's the shield wall coming out, so he's going to be taking reduced damage as Asmo is sitting through yet another chain to try to eat the trap, but they don't get the eat on the trap, and the Warrior is surely gonna fall here. Jamusa coming in with the exorcism, but not able to find the killing blow there. Still hovering at 50% HP. Asmo putting out some miracles here. There's the scatter shot. Do they have the follow-up freezing trap? I don't think they have it just yet. Meanwhile, Sniping is taking tremendous amounts of damage here from the Kitty Cleave, dropping to about 50% HP. If the next trap lands, it could be lights out here for the Jamek Cleave.
Yeah, they're forcing Sniping back, though, and he's on the run. He's in a stun. He could easily fall. Jamusi, does he have the healing to actually keep him alive? He's just throwing in flash heal after flash heal, but the damage is overwhelming. The Cyclone lands by Razzle. Adu is still low. This is a really back-and-forth game. Full Hammer of Justice lands. It could be Adu that falls. It could be Sniping that falls. It could be see a cross kill here. Full Cyclone's going to land here on Lubnum. Razzle doing what he can to try to slow down the damage, but Sniping is still just going for it. He is going all in on the Warrior. Adu, though, he's just got his shield on. He's in defensive stance, just trying to live. Charges over onto Sniping, and now it could easily be Sniping that falls here.
Yeah, Sniping stuck in the throwdown. Here comes the damage. Asmo's moving in for the Hammer of Justice. Can he land it? He's all over the enemy Paladin. The silencing shot comes out to deny it for just a second, but Sniping, I don't think he's going to be sniping his way out of this one. He is going to fall. Jamek Cleave is up now 2-0, but that was a very close call onto the Warrior, and we might see it on the replay, but he actually ate a trap of the Paladin towards the end there, and that's the reason why they were able to push on the Hunter for such a long period of time with such confidence, despite being low and not having all the CDs in his back pocket. So you can see it here at Sniping. This is where he takes a lot of damage. And look at Asmo here, by the way. I think I saw anti-magic shell from this guy. I think he's playing with the trinket from Tulbarad that gives you like 400 res to dodge traps. I'm not sure though. I need to look that up. Might have just been something I saw. But here, this is where the silencing shot comes in. This is where the scatter shot comes in, and there is the freezing trap. And look at that. They're not able to connect with the freezing trap. The Warrior eats it, and then even though the Warrior is low HP now, he knows my Paladin. He's gonna be able to free cast heals for the next 20 seconds. There's no threat of him getting trapped. Pushes in, gets the throwdown, they get the damage, and Asmo actually doesn't have Hammer of Justice. He's just pushing up onto Jamusa to kind of bait him, and Sniping takes the bait. I mean, I took the bait while I was casting as well because I didn't look at the cooldown. I just assumed he had it because he ran up like that. But Sniping goes for the silencing shot there to try to deny the Hammer of Justice, because it's pretty uncommon that a Paladin just runs like that if he's not gonna stun.
Got interrupt too, though, right?
Oh yeah, true. Actually, maybe
heals.
That's true, actually. Maybe he just wanted to rebuke the flash heals. That's true. They do have that in Cataclysm.
Yeah, it's so funny. Like, Adu and Razzle, one thing that's crazy is, like, it seems like if Adu wants to live, putting on the sword and shield, getting in defensive stance, like, he is just completely a tank on that Warrior. And it's the same thing for Razzle. If they go after Razzle, he's just in bear form, surviving. Inevitably, it's Jamusa who goes completely out of mana. You can see Asmo's just there on top of him, potentially looking for interrupts, but there's just nothing you can do if you are Jamusa. You've got no mana, got no pressure, and once those Cyclones start landing for Razzle, even the defensive ones, like once we start seeing Lovenum and Cyclone after Cyclone, the damage kind of falls off, right? Like if they're going after the Hunter, they're all over him. His damage is completely limited, and if they're getting Cyclones on Lovenum, then the damage absolutely falls off. So Jamek Cleave, I think, is looking good. They had some good all-in opportunities. Honestly, earlier on in the game, we didn't see it in the replay, but there were some really close calls on Jamusa as well, who like barely survived. If it wasn't for the pressure on the Warrior and him being forced to come back, that game would have ended way sooner.
Yeah, completely agree with that. And I did have a quick look at the trinket. So he is not running the Tobara trinket. He's running Fall of Mortality and Darkmoon card Tsunami. So just full spirit, like full mana regen trinkets, which is pretty standard for a lot of the healers this weekend, as they do have access to literally every item in the game on the TR. But here, match point for the Jamek Cleave. No tears, just dreams. They have the dreams of making it to the finals. Will they be eliminated in third place? Winner advances to face the Workshop, who are eagerly waiting there for their opponent. But right now, we have some business to settle here. Lovenum already taking a decent amount of damage. Asmo scatter. Does he sacrifice that scatter shot? I think he did. And Asmo, as a result, is not going to get trapped. But he actually has to use the Divine Shield here anyway to deny the freezing trap and to deny the freezing trap out of the Hodge and keep his team offensive onto Lovenum, who is taking tremendous damage right now.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. Disarm coming in on the Lovenum. Adu still almost full health, finally getting chucked down just a little bit here. Both Paladins kind of struggling. You can see Jamusa is burning through his mana really, really quickly. Adu gets caught into a stun. He's forced to trinket. There's the bash on sniping. It looks like they do want to just go after the Hunter for the time being. Play this one out a little bit slower. You can see the freedom, the sword, the shield up for Adu, just playing as defensive as possible. Has shield wall active right now and kind of just trying to survive and weather the offensive storm coming in from Lovenum and sniping. Now that they have no trinkets, anytime we see a cyclone from Razzle, that's when we're going to get to see Jamek Cleave play really, really aggressive.
Yeah, but they just threw a bop onto sniping here, looking to get a very aggressive all-in here, potentially. Lovenum gets cycloned. He just used his strangulate onto Asmo, into the silence shot, into the scatter shot. Do they get the trap? Look at Razzle. He's trying to deny it. He's trying to stack onto his Paladin. They get the Hammer of Justice, which Asmo actually trinkets. If they can land a freezing trap onto Asmo, this could just be the game. Right now, Blessing of Protection coming out onto Adu. He's going to get dispelled. Sniping gets put into the Cyclone. Lovenum could be in trouble. He still has the Death Pact in his back pocket. There's a Hammer of Justice onto Jim. He's going to trinket out of that one. Sniping dropping dangerously low, 20% HP in execute range, but he's going to trade out Roar of Sacrifice. He's going to trade out the turns. He's going to swap his pet, and now going for the game-winning trap. He lands it. Big damage potential here onto the Warrior, but meanwhile, Sniping also taking a huge hit of damage as Jim sits through a Cyclone. Jamek Cleave takes it 3-0.
Wow. I mean, this team is just warming up. They're looking better and better every single game we do see. And that 3-0 is going to be a huge confidence boost for them moving into the finals. But yeah, kind of a back and forth series, but honestly, it felt like Jamek Cleave was pretty solid in this one. Like, there wasn't that many scary moments in this particular match. Sniping and both Lovenum are low at this point of the game. You can see Adu, he doesn't really have many cooldowns, but they still have the Blessing of Protection to fall back on. Asmo's just going to trinket out of that one, keep his team nice and aggressive, and eventually they're able to connect here onto Sniping and take him down. These Cyclones from Razzle, once they start sitting, it's just so impactful in this game. Those instant cast Cyclones to just deny healing. That's going to be Jamusa getting caught into a full Hammer of Justice. He trinkets out. We'll see if any crowd control actually lands or if he just outright dies here through healing. So yeah, it's just a bash into a full Cyclone, and this is where Sniping, he's got nothing left. There's no cooldowns, there's no readiness. Aju leaps over, and that's going to be the game. So Razzle and his clutch Cyclones just really impactful in this third game.
Yeah, very, very nicely done there. Getting the counter set up there. And if Sniping had a little bit more HP, he could have actually gone for the kill there, because Asmo has no trinket. He has got no bubble. Adu has no shield wall as well and no trinket. So if he had a little bit more health, if he was able to avoid maybe a little bit more damage prior to that, he could have potentially been able to get the kill. Also in that previous game, it was very close, so no tears, just dreams. Definitely played a really solid series here, but just wasn't enough. The Jamek Cleave cleaving this entire lower bracket, now looking at the Workshop.
Oh, they certainly are for, a team that we kind of underestimated. They have taken it so far, and they're going to continue on in the lower bracket. We weren't even sure how this comp would do in this Cataclysm environment, but Jamek showing everybody what they're fully capable of. The Workshop, like Zico said, now they're in the grand finals. It's going to be best of 7. And honestly, I thought that would have been a little bit of a harder series for them as well, Vin, and they took it super easily, and it makes me wonder what they're going to do to the Workshop.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, it was Jamek Cleave that eliminated DXB, which is one of the other super solid RMPs in this tournament, so they've done it once. I feel like they could do it again. We are going to a best of 7, so there'll be plenty of games to play through and to warm up, and we'll have to see if Jamek Cleave is that team that just gets better and better throughout the series, or if the Workshop, who has not lost a single series yet in this tournament, is going to be able to shut down this dream.
Absolutely, and they're on fire right now, Jamek Cleave. They've played a couple of series in a row. They just came from a 3-0 Zico, and I'm sure they're just having a blast right now. And I'm going to assume that's going to show in their gameplay as well for this coming up grand finals.
Yeah, I mean, they came in hot after their previous win against Swapsy, and yeah, I think that right now they in their head they're probably just thinking, we've already beaten an RMP, we just need to do it one more time, and this is it. And I'm pretty sure, judging by the fact that they could have just already gotten eliminated in 8th place on Friday, that they're very, very proud over their performance, which they should be.
Yeah, absolutely should. So I hope everybody is excited for the grand finals as much as we are. We're gonna have to go to a break and also do another spell guessing segment before we do get to that grand final. So guess along with us for what cataclysm spell you think this is.
Just want to put it on the record that I knew the last one was blind, so yeah.
Yeah, you did. I saw it. Discord.
Yeah.
Sure.
When health, you gain a shield that absorbs something, increases something by 20%, lasts 15 seconds, a 60 seconds cooldown. Nature's Garden. Easy clip.
Wow.
Nature's Guardian. What percent
Ben?
health does it proc?
I want to say 30% health. Maybe it's not, actually. I don't know. Oh, wait. This could be Sacred Shield. Oh my god, there's a lot that fit into this category.
Not
Guardians...
so confident anymore, huh?
Okay, Van, wait, what do you think it is? Before I do the math here.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm thinking, right? Could be... I'm thinking Sacred Shield's looking pretty good here.
Yeah,
so that would be the one I'm going with.
So Guardian of the Ancient Kings is just a cooldown that you summon. This is something that procs like a sheet def, right? Like this is something when you take a certain amount of damage, this happens. So it can't be Guardian of the Ancient Kings. Purgatory is just instant cast Cyclone, so it's definitely not that. Guardian Spirit. How does Guardian Spirit work in Kata? I feel like I haven't seen any Holy Priests, but I don't know. I don't think it's Guardian Spirit because it's either a cooldown that you use or when you die, you're just like become an angel, right? It's like it's one of the two.
I'm going with Sacred Shield.
Yeah, same here. Lock it in. Sacred Shield. Because Sacred Shield does proc when you're low HP for like red paladins, at least.
I think it's 30% health. Oop.
Wow. Yeah. Nice. Nicely done.
There it is. Now it's an icon.
Yeah, give us the icon.
Gotta go for the icon.
The icon is easy. D. Lock it in.
Oh.
Wow.
That was fast.
It is the moment everyone has been waiting for. We are here in the European finals for the Cataclysm Classic tournament. We started off with 8 teams in this region. Now only 2 remain. Jamet Cleave rose up from the depths of the lower bracket, got dropped down all the way back in the offline games. The Workshop Subtees hasn't dropped a series throughout this weekend.
Yeah, and they've shown that they also can multi-class, which I think is going to be important because we saw this matchup actually in North America between Mud's team and AM's RMP, and they actually played a Fire Mage, and they kind of just ran at the healer. So I'm very curious to see if the Workshop are going to be breaking out a Fire Mage here in this Grand Finals.
Yeah, Zico, you're a resident mage, Fire Mage. Do you think that'd be good in this situation here?
I lost my Fire Mage card. I'm just a Frost Mage now.
Oh,
nah.
no.
I do think that Fire Mage could be solid here for sure. But I don't know. They could play the Paladin healer as well. They could play RMP with Frost Mage. You know, you're giving up some comfort as well, right? If Chaz is playing his Holy Paladin. I don't know about Albright. He probably knows how to play both specs, so it's probably not a big deal to him. But yeah, it just depends a little bit how they kind of want to approach this, because you can definitely win with Frost Mage too. But I think ideally you don't necessarily want the Priest in there, because it is a very nice target for them. So I kind of want to see the Fire Paladin, I think, at least for one game.
Yeah, always good to switch things up. And, you know, it's also best of 7 here for this, so there's a lot of time to kind of figure things out, especially Supatees. It might be good for the Workshop because they're kind of coming off cold. They haven't played since the first match of the day. They've kind of just been waiting for an opponent, whereas in contrast, we've got Jamek Cleave, who they're coming off not only a couple of series in a row, but a really solid win 3-0 in that last series.
Well, with how fast the games are, they honestly haven't been waiting very long. I feel like
That's true. That's a good
hasn't
point.
been a huge amount of time. So I don't think either team is probably facing too much fatigue. It's about just all of your prep work before the tournament, knowing your matchups, knowing your targets, knowing how to react to certain situations. You need that all before the game has started, because if you're trying to react, it's already too late. Like you need to basically know how the game plays out before the gate has opened, and all the different possible lines that it could go, because otherwise you're playing from behind, and there's no chance when you're playing from behind with the pace of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, also we know that there's been a lot of work, especially from Jamet Cleave. We were able to talk to them before this weekend. It seems like they've just been playing a ton of ladder to prepare for this. How well do you feel like that transfers, especially with Classic Zico, when you're in a tournament setting?
Well, I think that just getting as many queues as possible is probably the best way to do it. Just spamming ladder games, and then if you're still up and there's no one queuing at your MMR, maybe set up some war games. I think that in general, most of these teams probably got the majority of their practice here on the ladder. I don't think there's been a lot of wargaming going on, at least not in Europe. There were some happening, but that was before the arena came out during that first week. Everyone was just excited to get into it. But we'll see here what the Workshop decides to do. We are about to get into Nagrand Arena here in game number 1, Grand Finals here in Europe. The Workshop versus Jamek Cleave, aka Kitty Cleave, versus, I guess, some form of Rogue Mage.
Yeah, we'll find out here in this blind. Go ahead, Supatees.
We got Chewbacca versus the Happy Viking. Who wins? Who wins the logo war here right now?
I like the Happy Viking.
Yeah, I think the Happy Viking is actually better. He looks like he's already won, you know? He's celebrating his win already.
Very jolly side.
Yeah, little Chewbacca looks a little angry.
I don't know, it's kind of like a sly look, you know? Like, oh, it's a sinister look to me. He's plotting.
Yeah, you're right. A little scary.
Something's about to go down, and you can see it in Chewbacca's face here at the side of the Workshop. They made it through the PHDK. They don't have to fight it again. If anything, I think the Workshop are happy that they don't have to fight PHDK. I feel like Kitty Cleave is going to be a lot more manageable. Not guaranteed, but a lot more manageable than a Hunter-based composition. So I would give it slightly in favor for the Workshop in that sense. They've also seen the matchup play out in North America if they were paying attention to that region. So they've seen, like, who's the main focus, what can go on in that, what should they be doing, and just stacking up for Dragon's Breath and stacking up Melee Cleave seems so good as a Fire Mage. So I'd be really surprised if they're not at least playing Fire Mage on their Rogue Mage.
Alright,
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I feel like they have more practice as a Frost. In general, in EU, I think there wasn't really too many teams playing Fire RMP. It is better for sure in specific matchups. This could definitely be one of them. It's up to these players to decide. One team has a beard on their face. The other team is a beard with a face.
I just realized that Chewbacca is like what is the character from Adam's Family?
Thing?
Is it Cousin It?
Cousin It.
Yeah.
One of those characters was first because I feel like it's kind of close. You know.
Well, Adam's Family was originally a show in really early television.
So
Wait, what? It's
I don't-
always been
Did
a
they
show to me.
copy-
The cartoon.
Well, it was a
Aren't you talking
comic
about the
actually.
cartoon?
I think it was a comic first. Yeah, it was a right. Wasn't it a? No, I don't. No, I'm guessing. I don't know.
Listen, in Sweden
If
we
any-
had Adam's Family on Cartoon Network. That's what we had.
What if Chewbacca
Yeah.
is literally just Cousin It without it clothes?
Oh my gosh. If anyone is wondering why we're talking about this, the teams are getting remade. We're not just talking. The games they're getting prepared. Don't worry, we're
do you
not
mean?
preventing anything from happening. But I mean, this is a very serious discussion, and I am
Exactly.
actually curious which
It's a
came
very
first.
important conversation that needs to
This
be happening
is-
right now in the grand finals. Obviously, that's why we're delaying the games for it. What else? would we-
Exactly. I think you just uncovered a massive conspiracy theory too, Super Tees. Chewbacca and Cousin It being the same person.
Yes, I want to see like some deep dives now and go and study.
Can you
all
do the
of
voice?
The Chewbacca
I feel like-
voice? I don't
No,
remember.
no,
Does
no.
Cousin It
The
have
It-
a voice?
Yeah, he sounds in the movies. He sounds like
What?
What?
he talks
Okay,
really high.
let's just move away from this altogether, and
Sure.
let's just discuss the
That's
grand
fair. Yeah,
finals
let's
here.
do that. Okay. This is no.
So
this
I have
is
a
good
question
moment.
for you, Aya, actually, about this.
Oh my
about
gosh!
this matchup.
Wow, I rarely get.
What do you
questions, all right?
call a raid of torrents?
Oh my
A
gosh,
cataclysm.
that's terrible. Straight to jail. All right.
All right.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Sid, how does a
What?
druid cut his hair?
Are you googling these?
Eclipse it.
You googled World of Warcraft jokes?
No. What? Why would I Google
I've
this?
got. You got more?
Yeah, sure. I'm like a
Let's hear it.
fountain. It's just
Listen.
endless.
All right, you're filling the time then. This is on you now. Let's hear more jokes.
All right. What's a rogue's favorite drink? Subtle tea.
Okay.
Well, you said you had one.
Oh, I do. Okay. Well, okay. What side of a boomkin has the least amount of feathers?
I don't know.
The inside.
Hey, what?
Okay.
It's really stupid. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh, I think
Who is
the game is
George-
ready. Okay, yeah, one more.
Who is
Quick,
George
quick.
of the Jungle's other brother? Mark of the Wild.
Oh, Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
God.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
don't worry,
with that,
guys.
On that note, let's get to the finals.
You're saved. We're at the finals. The teams are ready. Hopefully the game doesn't have to get remade again. But it is game number 1 in this best of 7 grand finals here for the Cataclysm Classic tournament in the EU region. It is the Workshop versus Seismic Cleave. Game number 1. Please laugh at our jokes. Thank you.
Hey, they're not doing fire. They're actually not. I mean, you probably don't need it, right? It's got a lot of control for the paladin, but I just feel like fire mage against these melee cleaves have looked almost completely unstoppable.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see. Maybe Frost Mage is good here. I believe in the Frost Mage. I am one of the few people supporting all Frost Mages out there. I believe in you guys. It's summer. It's hot outside. We need some ice cream. And we'll see what they decide to do here. The workshop looking pretty cold right now. Going into stealth. And we see Asmo and Adu sitting back here. Razel is crossing the map, actually, looking maybe for an opener onto Chaz. And we have a classic Rogue Mage scenario here. What are they going to do for the opener? Cheap shot onto the Warrior. Nova CS. No Ring of Frost, though. Into a full sheep. He gets disarmed. I really would have liked to see just a Ring of Frost come out there, but he goes for the deep freeze. He
he's
gets
not
feared
getting it.
on it. Albrecht's
blocked
going to he's going to block it. Already Mir in a lot of trouble. This was a terrible opener so far for the workshop. They need to make something happen fast. Albrecht has no ice block right now. He's got hypothermia.
Oh my god, they're down ice block, they get no trinkets, they get no CC, these Imp CS Nova and Deep Freeze and get no sheep. This is terrible. Mirage
Oh
is
my
exploding! Massive damage coming out from Jamek Cleave here, and then she's dying through evasion. He dropped a smoke bomb in desperation to try and go after Razzle, but he pre-bear formed it. He's tanking this damage like a champ, and now he's charging out towards the priest, looking for a bash. No trinket on Chaz, into the Hammer of Justice.
Oh!
If Razzle can recover, they may be able to drop Mir or Albraic. They're swapping over with the Skull Bash. Deep Freeze comes through. They need to get CC. Can he get the Polymorph? Heroic Leap comes over, but they don't have a stop. Polymorph connects onto Asmu. He's got Trinket. He could use it here. He's trying to sit through as Razzle's in bear form. He's just letting the Warrior do the work while he's tanking them as a distraction in bear form. He pulls back behind the pillar. He's got to be careful of the Shadow Fiend over here. Now it's you getting set up on. Kidney Shot, Smoke Bomb, massive damage, big swap. And despite their opener not looking so good, the Workshop cleaned it up in the end.
The Workshop finds their flow, and it is looking absolutely just insane. That was a crazy smoke bomb swap there, and we're gonna need to take a closer inspection there as to how that happened. Adu got caught in open field, no trinket, and we'll see. So this was the disastrous opener moment. Let's see here. The Warrior has already trinketed at this point. I think maybe he trinketed in the opener to try to peel or something. And look at this Ring of Frost. How does that Ring of Frost hit? It's placed on the pillar. And it's hitting Razzle somehow. I don't know. But yeah, they managed to get a full sheep here onto Asmo. They get a Ring of Frost, they get a double fear. Adu has no trinket. And let's see here. What kind of damage do we have here for the Warrior? He gets Novad. And I think this is where Razzle, I think he gets, okay, Banish, Cheap Shot, Smoke Bomb, Kidney Shot, Big Dam coming in. And yeah, I guess,
I love how he
guess
baited
it was
it
mostly
too.
Mir. Yeah, it was
We have the
mostly
replay again. He
Mir,
literally
actually.
he baited that. He was running at the Paladin like he was going to CC the Paladin. He's like juked him out and stepped back, kidney bombed him. So he chased the Paladin away from the Warrior. You'll see it in a second here. Mir moves towards Asmu as if he's going to CC him, baits him to move away, and then reverse 360 step Cheap Shot bombs him out of range of the Paladin. Because if they're closer to each other, then he can obviously heal. There's no fear right now. He could use Bop, but Asmu gets placed far away from the Warrior. Well, the fear places him, and then watch Mir. He runs at the Paladin. I'm going to CC you, and then vanishes and steps back. And when he goes Cheap Shot, Smoke Bomb, when you can't see him, and then just KOs him with Albraic.
Yeah, that was really clever. That was just a beautiful setup there coming out from Mir. But again, it's rare that you land a kill like that with the RMP. But you have two smoke bombs, so if the first one doesn't make it work, you always have that second option, and that's the beauty of it. In Kata, you have a lot of different targets you can go after. You can go after the Feral, you can go after the Warrior, you can go after the Paladin as well. And it kind of keeps everybody guessing if you've been going after the Paladin or you've been going after the Feral and then you switch to the Warrior, or if you're pretending to be defensive like that and then you turn up the volume. It's really hard to react to that. Workshop up 1-0. We're going to Ruins of Lordaeron. And we're sticking with the Frost Mage.
I feel like as Jamek Cleave, like, how can you get a better opener? Like, they don't get an Imp CS ring, they don't get a Deep Sheep. That's like, now you've got like 30 seconds unless the Mage cold snaps. Maybe that's why he blocked, was because he was just going to cold snap or something to try and get deep back. But like, that gives you like 20 seconds of free reign, and they couldn't win. Even in that situation, they couldn't win. So like, I feel like it's Rogue maybe is a bit of a bait. Like, he kind of got low, but he has so many cooldowns to rotate through that are so effective against physical damage that it feels like the Priest is the shortest line to victory as far as cooldowns are concerned.
Yeah, definitely. I think if you're going all out on the Priest, though, you're kind of leaving the Frost Mage casting, and if the Frost Mage can get a lot of damage out, can definitely be devastating. I do think Albrecht is running the Thoralian's Mirror. Ooh, he's running the Mirror Casket combo. He's running Shroud of Endless Grief. He's running the PvE legs. My man is rocking Big Dam for this matchup. He's not worried about dying whatsoever. And he's rocking the tailoring. He's got the Power Torrent. He's got everything that he needs. So if you leave Albrecht to free cast, especially in the opener when his trinket is going to be proccing, you're not going to have a good time. So we didn't actually see it in that last game, but Albrecht is going to be able to do so much damage if they get a good opener. I want to see them just Pet Nova Imp CS ring the Pala and not go for the sheep. But they're going to go for the sheep, not able to find it, goes for the ring. Actually, a deep freeze swap to the Pala. Big damage connects to get the kidney shot into the bubble. Beautiful opener there. Just using that deep freeze instead of CCing with it, just going for damage. And now they're setting up onto Razad. He already gets the Blessing of Protection. So things are not looking too bad here for the Workshop, but now it's time to be defensive.
Yeah, they got evasion from Mir here in this position. He's still got combat readiness. He's leading the charge over towards the Paladin. I think they want to keep going after the Paladin, but he pre-walled the Garrote That's a really nice read by Asmu here, but he might just die through it anyways. He trinkets out of the kidney into an impact stun. The Feral can't help. He's caught in a ring of frost. MCS, he runs into the ring to try and escape and get away from them, but they're relentlessly on his heels. And Asmu, what are you going to do? He needs so much help right now. His Avenging Wrath got spell stolen. They clone the mage on the spell steal, and Asmu manages to get back behind the pillar, but he's going to be off stun DR pretty soon. Mirlal's probably going to commit all in. He's got Vanish to set up for the cheap shot. He's looking for the win, but Mirlal's getting low, and Chaz gets gag order silence, and suddenly out of nowhere, Jemeklev, can they get the cross kill? Because Asmu is likely going down in the impact stun. Can they finish Mir? Razzle is gouged away. Adieu is deep frozen. Mir gets gripped, but Razzle is chasing him. He steps away from the Feral onto the Warrior and manages to sprint out of distance here with Shadow Dance. Frost Nova on the Warrior, keeping him at bay onto the Rogue. And they managed to weather the onslaught. The Workshop have done it again, now in the lead 2-0.
Beautiful game plan here from the Workshop, going after the Paladin on Ruins of Lordaeron, mixing it up, and that's what we were talking about a little bit before the game started. The Paladin can definitely be a good target. Mir, he has combat readiness. He has combat readiness, but he has a shield as well. He needs to stack that combat readiness somehow, but he doesn't want to take too much damage. Chess is completely out of mana, and they are going to tap out there. And it is going to be the Workshop who takes this game. But yeah, I do like that they mix it up, right? Because they went after the Feral. They went on the Pala, then they swapped to the Feral. Then when they had the stuns back on the Paladin, they went back to the Pala, got his trinket, and then they went on the Paladin a third time and managed to get the kill. And we can see here, actually, this is the moment where they get this trinket, they get the Garrote, they drop the Ring of Frost, they get the kidney shot right there. Then Asmo trinkets here, and I think he pops the wings for a big Word of Glory. He gets instantly blanket counterspelled, and look at Albrecht here with the wings. He's got the orb down on the other side as well, so he's got plenty of procs. Icelands is coming in, Frostfire's coming in. He's doing tremendous damage, and they finally get the Cyclone onto him, but during this entire time, Chaz is able to just keep Mir somewhat healthy with that pain suppression, just trying to heal him as much as possible. But this is where Chas is running out of cooldown. The gag order comes out, and it's just kind of a race to the finish. That smoke bomb from Mir is actually so clutch because it helps them offensively. Like if Albrecht is inside of it, he can cast and not get interrupted. And for Mir as well, it looked like Razan maybe wanted to Cyclone him low HP and try to save the Paladin. It looked like maybe he had a Cyclone for Chaz, but he wasn't able to do anything because of that smoke bomb getting kind of defensive and offensive value for the Workshop. And now the Workshop just need to do it 2 more times to be the Cup champions. Cup champions, the classic cat champions.
The cat champions. It's 2 A's, right? Or is it 2 C's? Classic cat arena tournament. The Kakat champions. The Kakat champions here. Razzle had an insane game in terms of pressure. It just doesn't matter. Paladin cannot survive that long, and now it's looking really rough for them. You think Shaman Kitty is any better for this matchup if they had it?
They definitely have it. Asmo has Shaman for sure up and running. So if he's playing Paladin, it's probably because they just think Paladin is better. I don't think it's switching. Gonna go back to Ruins, same matchups. We're locking it in once again. Both teams sticking with their guns, and I just love the fact that Albrecht is playing the Frost Mage because it really showcases how powerful it is. A lot of people are writing it off because Fire Mage, it's a lot easier to do well with the Fire Mage. You don't need the same kind of coordination. The Fire Mage can just kind of do his thing and triple DB. And with Frost Mage, if you can coordinate well, you have so much instant damage. And we saw it, right? In game number 1. It's just
Fire
a lot of
Mages
damage.
and Fire Mage players in shambles right now after Zico's commentary, getting roasted on their Fire Mages.
No, I mean, it's good, but I think Frost Mage is underrated. A lot of people write it off. Fire Mage is definitely super powerful. So is Frost, though.
Breaks looking to make his mark here. Frost RMP. Is it possible to win a Cata Classic Arena tournament as RMP? I feel like this competition isn't like the #1 most notable comp of the expansion. It was really dominated by Lock Shamans, a lot of Death Knights, a lot of melee cleaves historically. So Workshop are making their way through this bracket. They survived the PHDK with that Nail Biter series that had multiple cross kills, probably more kills in that series than the entire region. So there's been a lot put on them to be able to make it here to this grand finals. And now I bet they're pretty happy that Jamet Cleave were able to dispense with the PHDK to not have to do a rematch against them. Hopefully Jamet Cleave can make this close though. it would be a little bit disappointing to see them go out in a blowout against the Workshop.
I mean, you can't really count them out because I think they did knock out DXB, but I'm trying to remember how the games went. If they were down in the start and then they brought it back. I feel like I think I remember that, but I'm not 100% certain. Either way, these guys definitely not a stranger to being in this situation. And the score, okay, at the top, I was going to say is wrong, but there we go. It's updated to 2-0 for the Workshop. And Jamek Cleve trying to bring back a win here, trying to put a win on the board, honestly, at this point. Razzle opening up onto Chaz, building up some solo combo points. Adu, oh, nice sacrifice on the sheep there coming out from Asmo. They're going to probably switch to him, though. He's deep frozen.
Chaz.
They're not actually going to swap to him. Chaz could be in trouble. This is looking really good for Jamek Cleve. They don't get the opener CC. They already forced out the pain suppression onto Chaz. Razzle gets caught in the room, though, with the smoke bomb, but no trinket. He has the bark skin. Razzle could die in the next smoke bomb. He's definitely the most exposed target here.
Oh, but they got Mirlaw in a full Cyclone, and Chaz is in so much trouble. He's got nothing left in possibly the final moments of the game. Psychic Scream, he needs to land it on the Paladin. He's trying to chase down the Paladin, but he can't get there. He trinkets a charge stun, but Razzle is there. He has to fear the Feral, but I think he's just going to die as Adu finishes him. And Jamek Cleve, they find the formula here in game number 3. Train the healer. When in doubt, train the healer out, and it manages to work for them. And that's what I was saying earlier, was like, it just feels like there's too many cooldowns when you're going after the rogue, and chasing the mage is impossible. I think you just have to risk the biscuit. You have to go on the priest. You have to make it a race.
Honestly, I feel like the way they responded to that was maybe a little bit of panic. I feel like they could have been a little bit more level-headed on the side of the Workshop. But let's wait for the replay here, and I'll tell you exactly what I mean. So
I give up. The word I was gonna use, I'm not gonna use it anymore. I don't even remember what it was. I could go double rock guy. Oh, you're slower than me? That's whack. Wait, what if I open with... Why are you slower? Figure it out! Why? God damn it, dude. If you're not baiting a kill, Firo will likely focus energy. Yeah, I might go for baiting a kill. Ooh, I could bait kills by sending out Lilligant, and then I can pivot into Q-Fint or something. Or Arcanine. Arcanine's so fun. Wait, does Raptor see? Oh, boo. Does Dreadnought bait out a kill? Boo. I want to Iron Ball the fast call. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do it. All right, cool. Vikavolt. Why do all the mons that I want to use die? Bastion evolved, yes. Oh. But I'll just flare blitz. Right. And then what? And then whatever I switch into, what if I switch into you? On Brave Bird, I'll do 23%. Bug Buzz, ooh, so you would never kill. And then you would see a random move. Do I have a Mon that wants to deal with this thing using random? I could go to Gliscor. You would also see random move? Oh no, but you would bait out. Can't do that. Not worth it. Not worth it at all. I want to kill the Vero! Let's kill the Vero first. Heartstone Rock Slide is great. And then whatever I switch into needs to die to this Mon as well. So I'll go, I think Cupid actually is my answer here. Because Cupid does what to Brave Bird, deals with it. And does what to Bug Buzz, deals with it. And then it's the Thunderbolt and Superpower. So the Thunderbolt and Superpower. So then I can pivot into you. Score. While Rock Slide strikes again, he gets a double kill, hopefully, theoretically. To bring you, I need Mons that can deal with you really well. Ozzy's absolutely coming to this fight. Anybody deal with? I guess I could go. I always like going you. I feel like you're really good. I don't know how much I'll need them, but better to have them than not have them, huh? Let's do it. Fire King Thief that follow. Slow kill's fine. Okay, cool. Just want to double check to make sure that I'm right. This is guaranteed Bug Buzz, right? Did I not bring Qfin? No, I don't have Qfin. Qfin was a major part of the plan. Not Qfin, Kaparaja. Do I really want Claydol? Not really. Claydol's cool. I don't like it. Metal coat. Where's the? There it is. Let's do it. Alright. Gigavolt sees guaranteed kill, doesn't see kill on Arcanine. Bureau. Alright, here we go. Rock Slide. Crit. Here we go. Don't crit. Thank you. Oh, that recoil is so good. Can I get a flinch on Vika here? Flinch Vika? Flinch Vika? Actually, don't flinch Vika. Thank you. That was good. Because now you are dead to both Superpower and Thunderbolt. Which means that I Rock Slide again. And I pivot you out to you. Just in case. Oh, sweet, dude. Hell yeah. Alright, Flygon should see a guaranteed kill with Earthquake and should always go for it. Doesn't see anything on Gliscor, so Gliscor gets to just attack. You are slower than both Mons, huh? Doesn't matter. I wish it did, but it does not. I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna use U-turn, I think. Yeah, I go U-turn here. I could go knockoff if I wanted. I don't know that I liked that much. I think we're fine. I'll just go here. Didn't do any damage. Cool. Both these mons are faster and they just absolutely obliterate this guy. So, Brave Bird. Leaf Storm. Nice. Cool. We did it. Pete, you are a gamer. Oh, thanks. Woo. The crit on the elephant would have been great. Would have been bad. Also, we did dodge a couple ranges there, so that was super sweet. Berry time? What does berry time mean? I'm preparing for Bug Maniac Taylor. Is this all in rain? Is Route 119 just raining? Super Knight and Pat in the Hat. Thank you guys for the follows. I appreciate it. All right. Let's assume that it's perma rain here. Flare Blitz still kills. That's crazy. You're actually cracked. This is singles. So you get the kill. That beats out who? Does anybody outspeed? Yeah, you will. And you have liquidation, which is crazy. I can go to... Oh, how are you so fast? What the flip? Alright, well, I can go here and I can go fake out, and then it just baits out. Baits out Leech Life. Theoretically. It could also bait out Stone Edge, which would suck. Do I just need a Pokemon that can actually stand up to this? Because I don't have it. There's not a... What Pokemon in my party deals with this? Oh, I guess I can go to Dreadnought, huh? I'll give you Mystic Water. You're insane, actually. So I'll go here. And then I'll go Mystic Water Dreadnought. And then when it goes to liquidation again, I can go here and then I can Aqua Jet. Great. And when that happens, who will come out on you? Both mons will under speed, so who out damages? No one really out damages. So I think it'll just go here with Spore. Oh, it's a Bright Powder Parasect. Are you serious? Bright Powder double. Where's my Aerial Ace Mon when I need it? You are Vital Spirit. I actually think you're incredibly valuable here. The only problem is I can't go Wide Lens. I have to just eventually hit.
Morgen ist Streamer.
Magna!
You. It's a backup plan.
Stop and break. Welcher? Ah.
Fotze.
Cool.
Cool.